What's going on, guys? Hey, I wanted to come back to you. I wanted to bring you a story about how in this country right now and the Western world as a whole, we are told to feel bad for certain people. You know, that we need to feel bad for them, that we, need to look the other way if they do something wrong or if they commit a crime or whatever. And that's not true. We don't need to do that. We don't need to, feel bad for people just because they're, a certain skin color, a certain sex or a certain minority status or whatever. Man, we don't need to feel sorry for people. And, again, doing so, we might be putting ourselves and our loved ones in danger. If we're not, I know it's going to sound bad, but stereotyping. If we're not stereotyping certain people sometimes, then I'm not saying all the time, but if you're in a certain neighborhood, if you're in New York City, if you're in Brooklyn, New York at 4 a.m. and you're walking down the street on your way back from somewhere or going to work or whatever, man, and there's a young black man with a hoodie on kicking over stuff, you probably should walk the other way. You probably should, because that might save your life.
Police say a person of interest is now in custody in connection with an attack that claimed the life of a beloved activist. In this surveillance video, we see 32-year-old Ryan Carson waiting at the bus stop with his girlfriend when the suspect walks by. After a confrontation, Carson is seen backing away before he tripped over a bench. That's when police say Brian Dowling stabbed Carson multiple times, killing him. Carson was well known in the community for his work in reducing poverty and overdose deaths in New York.
That might save the life of whoever you're with. We truly get to be honest about that. And again, when I was younger, we did that kind of stuff. It didn't matter. Again, when it came down to your life, when it came down to your safety, we told the truth.
We are following major developing news in Philadelphia. Police identifying a suspect in the murder of a local journalist and advocate, Josh Kruger. This is who they're looking for, 19-year-old Robert Davis. He's wanted for murder and other related crimes. I'm Dawn Timoney.
I'm Jason Martinez. Kruger was shot multiple times and killed early Monday morning inside his own home on Watkins Street in South Philly. Our Steve Keeley following this story for us. He's live at police headquarters. Steve.
Well, let's put that picture right back up. And whenever you see a mugshot that doesn't have the blue background of a driver's license, that tells you something. And that is that police are familiar with this man before. He had been arrested recently for criminal mischief and trespassing in a case that was withdrawn from the Navy Yard because a witness did not show up, a security guard in that case. He's just 5'5", but considered armed and dangerous because he's accused of firing those fatal shots 1:30 Monday morning that killed Josh Kruger, the local journalist, in his home in the Point Breeze section of South Philadelphia, right on Watkins Street. Now, Josh was shot 7 times at the bottom of his stairs, then ran outside screaming for help from his neighbors. He died later at the hospital. It was a combination of evidence and tips from the public and Josh's friends and family that led police to Davis.
At this time, we believe that Mr. Kruger was trying to help Mr. Davis, and they were acquaintances. He was just trying to help him just get through life. As to the why, I do not know at this time. Only Mr. Davis will be able to answer that. Hopefully he does provide us with that information when he is captured or he surrenders himself.
Over and over again, we see in this country that we are told that we have to help people out because we have privilege, especially white folks. White folks have privilege. They had to help people out. They had to help folks out. And, again, they ought to give back. I'm not saying we shouldn't help. I'm not saying we shouldn't. But we have to recognize, man, that certain folks, they might put people in danger. They will put people in danger. And they're going to take advantage of certain situations. We have got to remember that, man. Again, if we want to help out, inner city youth or something, it's probably not a good idea to allow them to come to your house. It's probably not. Donate to some kind of a program or something. helping them find jobs or helping them, get educated or, a soup kitchen or something. But we have got to remember that's not a good idea to invite people into your homes. And again, this story right here is what I'm talking about. This right here is exactly what I'm talking about. We invite people in, we try to help people, and we get killed or assaulted or raped or robbed or whatever for it. And, and people nowadays, they've been brainwashed by the media that if you don't do so, that you're racist, that you're somehow wrong, that you're mean, that you're bigoted. Because again, you say, nope, I'm not going to help somebody like that, and I'm not going to let them into my house. I'm not going to do that kind of stuff because I could put myself, my family, or whatever in danger. I'm not doing that. And we have got to understand that happens quite a bit. I'm going to show you 2 more clips here in a second, kind of showing you exactly what I'm talking about with this. Because, again, in this country, we have been brainwashed.
We have new developments surrounding the investigation into the woman who was killed inside an apartment complex near Mount Vernon. Well, city police are now saying they found the body of EcoMap CEO Pavel Lapierre. Lapierre inside the complex that was once the historic Congress Hotel. Investigators say there were signs of blunt force trauma. Detectives were originally called to the building after someone reported the 26-year-old missing. Police are asking anyone with information that could help solve this case to contact.
Guys, one thing the report did mention is that she let the guy into the apartment. She let the man into the apartment and into the apartment building, and the guy killed her. Some black guy she did not know, and she let the guy in, trying to help the guy out, let him in, and the guy killed her. They found her body up on top of the roof. And we truly have got to recognize, guys, that you're not racist, man. If you question something, if you think to yourself, you know what, I'm not safe. I'm not safe here. That person gives me the creeps. There's something wrong with them. Again, I'm not going to walk past them. I don't want my family walking past them. I don't trust them. Whether they're white, they're black, whatever, man. Again, it doesn't matter. We have truly got to recognize, man, if they're black, if a black guy is down at the end of the street at 2 o'clock in the morning, kicking over stuff, yelling and screaming, again, it's probably not a good idea to walk past him. It's probably not. It's probably not a good idea to engage with him in any way. But nowadays, man, again, you're some kind of a racist if you don't let somebody into your apartment. If you walk the other direction, if you just don't feel right about that person, you're some kind of a racist if that person happens to be black. But guys, I want to show you one last clip of a woman about 5 years ago who would not let some random black guy into her apartment building because he did not have the proper code or whatever to get in. And she asked him, "Do you live here?" And he would not answer. He just kept saying, "Let me in." And she didn't. And she was called a racist and vilified and everything else because she would not let some random black guy, into her apartment building who did not have the proper fob or key code or whatever it was to get in. But guys, watch this.
We are hearing the other side of a story that's making national headlines. A white woman inside a downtown loft building not letting a black man inside Friday night has hit social media and gone viral.
And the woman in the video says he didn't have a key fob to get in, and forced his way inside. She reached out to me to tell her side of the story after being called a racist and receiving death threats. It's an exclusive interview you will see only on Fox 2 tonight.
You're blocking me
into my building.
Okay, and it's my building as well, so I need you to get out my way.
Okay.
This is the viral video of Hillary Thornton trying to stop Darian Tolles from entering the Elder Shirt Lofts just off Washington in the city. Thornton wanted people to know her side of what happened.
So when I noticed an individual that I did not know, my only intent was to follow the direction that I had been given by our condo association board members repeatedly, and that is to never allow access to any individual that you do not know.
Thornton showed us several emails from the association stating what residents should do when dealing with a situation like this. Hillary says Darian said he was trying to get into the building as she had the door cracked as her dog went to the bathroom.
And I simply asked if he lived there. Because the direction from the condo association is so repeated that if you don't know the person, you do not let them in.
Thornton adds she told him she couldn't let him in, then asked if he had a key fob.
That's the only indicator that any resident has that they live in that building. He would not answer.
So they destroyed this woman's life in a lot of ways because she would not let some random black guy into her apartment building. And again, they used to be common sense. They did. I mean, if somebody doesn't have the proper identification or key code or key fob or whatever, man, again, they don't get in. I mean, that's all there is to it. We have got to understand they used to be common sense. And they used to be something that everyone of every race knew. That, again, you don't let some random person that you don't know into your apartment building if they don't have the proper identification or access or whatever. And again, if you're wanting someone to let you into the apartment building and you do live there and you refuse to show identification or answer the questions, how dare you call them a racist? Man, because they're not doing what you want them to do. So you call them some kind of racist? That's all there is to it. They're not bending over backwards for you. And you're mad. You pitch a bet. Your pennies are in a bunch. That's what's wrong. So you allege they're racist. And again, nowadays, man, people, they know they can use that. They know they can use that. But anyways, guys, if you would, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Thanks.
You son of a